Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is 3:07 a.m. on Thursday, the 15th of January, 2015. We have got Dark Food Fight here, but that's not what we're going to contend with. We're actually more concerned with Pain-Yatta. I don't know if you heard him there on the portal. He's got some pretty funny lines. Now, something to note with Pain-Yatta, aside from the fact that he is ridiculously popular, this goes back to E3. Everyone at E3. I'm sitting there, I'm concerned about Wolfgang and Chaos and some other villains, and every little station it seemed like everyone was pushing Pain-Yatta. And I don't think it was necessarily because it was like on the agenda. I think just everyone really likes Pain-Yatta. Then in turn, everyone that was playing the game seemed to like Pain-Yatta. The people that were invited out there to kind of cover everything, they all seemed to like Pain-Yatta. I don't know. I guess I do things to the beat of a different drum. I don't hate Pain-Yatta, but I think there are far better villains. Now, something interesting I want to mention here. Number one, he's got like that candy corn snaggletooth that might booher some of you with OCD, but when he's standing idle, his eyes are open, and then as soon as he starts moving, he goes into that like dorky, joyful, boomer-esque type stance, and his eyes close. He's holding a lollipop. For whatever reason, it's something that large I call a lollipop. If it's small, I call it a sucker, I don't know. But what I have dubbed his attack 1, his primary attack, that you can see on the spreadsheet if you take the links to my site or the Skylander Club at the top of the video description box. I call it the Candy Slam. And basically what he does, it looks like this. I mean, it's just basically a primary attack like you'd have with the Skylander. 130, wow, we got a critical really fast. It took me like, I don't know, probably 30 hits pre-filming here. So 135 to 202 there. And then his secondary attack, it looks like this. I call it the, what did I dub this? Confetti puke? Because that's basically a simple way to put it. So, as you can see, it threw out like a smaller Pinata. That will last about 12 seconds. You just saw it disappear. That's something you probably won't hear many places. So you got like a 12-second shelf life on that thing. The actual attack itself lasts about 3 seconds. So if you were planning to set up like 5 or 6 of those little, pinatas and you were going to slam them, it's not going to happen because they're going to expire before that can take place physically. So the thing that bothered me, when I was here, it's essentially a two-part attack, box stock right now. So when we spit the Pinata out, if it contacts our dummy, we're going to do 42 to 63 damage, which you saw right there, and then there's like a whole bunch of confetti with it. I thought the confetti must surely like push enemies back or something. Doesn't seem to do that. Granted, the horse and a large like horde of enemies, the little pinata you spit out will kind of project those enemies backwards. But I thought it would be like a little whirling torrent type deal. Not the case, at least at this point. I don't know what will happen when we evolve him. So you get 42 to 63 there, but the sweet spot is when you slam the Pinata, you can see it kind of explodes. Again, pay attention right here. You can see there's just kind of like dust coming off the ground. Now, when we put that, and you saw the 63 there, that's the critical hit. Check this out whenever I slam the Pinata. You'll see the explosion, more confetti, and we're going to do 254 each time we do that, and then of course on the critical side, we have 381. So that's pretty significant damage, but again, if you want to like set it up, really, his primary attack to me is pretty sweet. You can tell right there it's got pretty good radius on it as well. Right about there, so you don't have to be point blank range. You can have, a couple items in between you, maybe a couple of enemies or trolls or something. You could have radius of 3 of them essentially. So what I want to showcase though, when we shoot those out, again, it's basically 3 seconds. It doesn't matter if you tap or hold, it just automatically does it. That's about as good as you can do, and we detonated 2 of them. You could probably get it to where you could get all 3, but it also has a pretty decent range. So the thing that I'm concerned about, I really like the way he looks. He's kind of got like that dorky, happy birthday. He looks like something you would hit with a baseball bat. you know, if you were blindfolded. So I don't know, it's kind of happy and upbeat. I really like the way that the sucker like aesthetically matches his little, you know, Pain-Yatta structuring here. So I'm kind of worried to see what he looks like when he evolves, because I think he looks awesome like this. 9 times in 10 I have personally preferred the stock aesthetic over the evolved aesthetic. However, 90% of the time there, it seems to be offset by the increased damage. So Pain-Yatta, where was he captured? Chapter 8. And his quest is in Chapter 10. The other quest in Chapter 10 is Chomp Chest. One of my personal favorites, and mainly because he gets me money. And we're going to check him out next. But this is stock Pain-Yatta. And again, we're going to surf off over here to Mystic Mill and kind of take care of his deal. So I will leave it on that note, and I will add in that portion of the video. Hey everybody, One-O-Wisdom here. We are here in the Secret Sewers of Supreme Stink. This is right when you break the lockpick puzzle. You come in here, you've got like the sweet mosaic tile and the sealed crest there. You can see how much quicker, well I guess you can't, but I just recorded Chomp Chest evolved quest, and his timer is significantly slower than Pain-Yatta's is moving now since he's evolved. But you ride this over here towards the left, and you can see it's backflow alley here. So we're gonna hop off, and you don't have to get any of this stuff, but I just do. This is in the live stream. That troll radio up there, I kid you not, I spent a small eternity with it, and I don't think it ever gave me a cash payout. Which was a bit of a bum deal. He actually needs that pizza, believe it or not. But I don't want to research it here. I'll do it maybe after the fact. But generally, you know, like within 5 clicks, you know, of whatever button on the console you're playing, you get a cash payout. And I never got one here, and I don't know how many times I tried. But if you get bored of something, you might play around. Let's see how long it takes you. I said I wasn't going to do it. I'll do 5 times, and then we'll quit. Right there. So nothing. Again, I'll mess around with that some more when I'm not recording something. But here's Pain-Yatta. Pay close attention to him. He won't look like this for long. But we're going to come in here. I think it's Crossbones we got to talk to.
Hey, thanks for coming, Pain-Yatta. I'm in a real bind here, and you're the only one who can help me help my Gecko chorus. Want to go see what I'm talking about? I'll totally make it worth your while.
Okay, so deliver the single. We will take that quest and see. Again, this, I mean, it strikes me as what should be like a heroic challenge for everyone. Increase statistics for your stats. So there's the Gecko chorus, still grooving after all these years.
Finally cut their first single and want to deliver it to the Capybara King. It was inspired by him, you know. But they're trapped behind enemy lines and need a big strapping fellow such as yourself to provide escort. Ready to roll? 3, 2.
Okay, so this looks like a good time. 0 of 1, so that's all we have to do is deliver that. So if you thought we're worried about the Gecko chorus after Giants, no need. They are alive and well, my friends. I don't know, I guess we had like 9.5 minutes maybe. I assume they just kind of go where they want to, and then they stop whenever enemies appear, is what it's looking like. So, I'll explore all of this after the fact. I guess that does, you know, I don't think, it was pushed back, I think, by the Pain-Yatta that came out. Ooh, this is some challenging stuff. I was hoping we just actually knock him off. That's not good. Oh, that was an easy kill. Didn't see him. So I guess some enemies, if they don't see him, they'll just continue progressing. I don't know if they get out of range if bad things happen. Well, they should have slowed down on the giant Pinata. I'm having a hard time seeing them, man. I really want to explore, and they're not allowing me to do that. So if they get killed, it's on them, you know. There's like all this new exciting stuff, and I'm not getting to investigate it. Oh jeez, I did not see that. He is way over there too. So you can see the range you get when you break a Pinata, which is pretty cool. I guess that's a monster gate that's not to be broken. Again, I wish these guys would let me check things out. I don't know, maybe it's like a really long journey. They're walking right into that. I mean, there's only so much I can do to help you guys, you know. Looks like bombshell. Must be here. There's the purple. If you take damage, your timer goes down. We got hit by that bomb just a second ago. Scrap shooters up top. They don't seem to care. Oh, I thought they were going to pick that up. Okay, while they're occupied, I'm going to explore just a little bit. Look how vibrant that pumpkin looked. Okay, so I guess we've got to climb up here and take out scrap shooter. Should be too good challenge for us. We'll do a jump slam attack to make it. Well, we can't. We did get a critical though. All right, and these guys are gun ho. They are on their way somewhere. Won't even wait on us.
Oh yeah!
I have no idea where they are. I'm just kind of going to the sound of the music. Strange. Odd. Okay, they're down there. I guess we'll just take the shortcut. So we kind of got in the mix here. He's a resilient dude, isn't he? That should eradicate him pretty quick. Okay. Wait, oh, did not see that yet. So there's the 381, if you wondered if that was really critical. What are they waiting on? Okay, there they go. Oh, that's the king already. Well, that was easy. Plenty of time for me to explore. They didn't let us. I guess you theoretically could, but... Well, the single got delivered.
That is just music to my ears. You got a real talent for this, Pain-Yatta. And as promised, you will be adequately compensated. Let's get back to the sewer to work out the details.
Or, of course, back to the sewer. Hope he gives us a hat, because I don't know where the missing one is.
Thanks again, Pain-Yatta. From me, the Gecko Chorus, the Capybara King, and music fans everywhere. Oh yeah, and here's the reward.
The skeletons and skeletons, they're just full of them. What does the evolution do to him? Quest completed, I'm with the band.
I like taking
Man,
candy from, well,
he looks so much
everyone.
better stock. Now he looks like a flaming red hen or something. I don't know why, why couldn't he look like this stock and then turn into the epicness that is the artwork displayed in the lower left-hand corner? I don't know, but oh, we did get a hat, so this should wrap up the chapter. Actually, let me. It's really tempting for me to hit the cage roll, and then maybe now that we've done the quest, it'll put out some cash. Well, we'll do what's important first, I guess. Awesome, so we did get our hat. And what is that, a glove? Rubber glove hat. Plus 12 armor. That seems ridiculously inflated. Haha. See what I did there? It's ridiculously inflated glove, and it's also ridiculously inflated on the enhancements there. So we'll go ahead and take it. What can you do? You know what? Why not? Because he looks like a rubber chicken. So I'll take the armor for him. So this is Pain-Yatta.
Fisticuffs.
Ah, it's fisticuffs. I was hoping it would be Pain-Yatta. Sometimes you get lucky and that happens. Okay, so I've got a party going here you probably don't care about. You know what? I'm actually going to switch back here. We do have, this should 3-star this chapter for me, actually. Da-da-dun. All hats found, so that's what we were missing. I guess I will manually go through this chapter. I think it saves the progress if you exit out, but I don't want to risk it. So I'll just go ahead and complete this chapter, then I'll come back. I'll have part 3 of Pain-Yatta and part 3 of Chomp Chest. We'll take a look at their evolved attack damage numbers, and you'll get a better look at them at the arena with the good lighting and everything. Not the arena, but the academy. So stay tuned for that, and again, this is where the final hat is. If you're missing it, now you know. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you back here at the academy in just a few seconds. Hey everybody, One of Weezem here. Just wrapped up Chapter 10, Secret Sewers of Supreme Stinks, going back through it. The good news is, what we missed in that chapter was a hat, and the hat was given to us by Bag of Bones when we completed Pain-Yatta's quest. I actually put it on him. It is the rubber glove hat. It actually had decent stats, and by decent, I mean plus 12 armor. I think it was plus 12 critical hits. Again, in my experience, that is not mathematically with it, but the armor is a big deal to me. Sadly, and it's accentuated even more here in the sunlight, I'm just not a fan of his evolved aesthetic. I was afraid this would happen because he looked epic, totally box stock. In terms of aesthetics, he was classic Pain-Yatta colors, bright pastel Eastery looking colors. He had a nice mix of them: blues, purples, pinks, orange, red, yellow, and now he looks like a dragon chicken thing. You know, he's almost like a paper mache eruptor made by like a 6th grade art class or something. I don't know, he just looked better to me box stock. And the funny thing is, and it kind of bothers me, his sucker is still that same color that matches the artwork you see in the lower left hand corner. So once again, this is another villain that I prefer the stock aesthetics of, but that is overridden by the fact that we do increase damage. So what we have here, again, Candy Slam is what I call his primary attack. It looks like that. It's actually a pretty efficient attack. I used it. Some of the little enemy barriers and monster gates you have to work through in Chapter 10 are actually pretty good fights. So that's a nice little, especially magic elements, tech, and I think that's it. But you can get some nice levels out of there if you're going through trying to pull that off. That said, box stock, what the Candy Slam did, his primary attack was 135 to 202. He now does 176, and on the critical side that goes all the way up to 264. Don't know if you're ever gonna see that. There's 10 hits and we never got it, and I've got the plus 12 on the hat. So you tell me, but take my word for it, 176 to 264. Again, half of 176, 88, 170 and 80, 250, 258, and 6 is 264. So secondary attack, it's actually kind of cool. Sometimes it seems like it was pushing enemies back, and then other times it just seemed like the horse was hitting. When the horse hits, that's part 1, if you will. 42 to 63 was the stock numbers. It now is doing 55 to 82. Whenever you slam the horse, that's essentially like phase 2 of the attack. Originally, that was 254 to 381, and it's taken a significant jump. It's now 330. What is half of 330? That would be 165. 330 and 165, if you do your math right, you got 495. I don't know why we can't do that. There we go. But the critical hit on smashing the Pinata, if you will, or the horse, whatever you want to call it, 495. That's a good chunk of damage right there. So again, it is time still, about 12 seconds. It remains the same. So you can't like set up a perimeter of them. You can basically just have like 2, possibly 3, that you could then detonate all of them. You try to do 4 and you're just really pushing it, but that actually cleared out a lot of enemies when I was using that in the chapter. So the great news is his attack damage numbers are fantastic. It's a nice combination. It's unique to him. It's nice. It's a 2-part attack on a secondary attack, but the downside is he looked way better as delivered in factory trim, not evolved trim, at least in my opinion. Still does the same thing. He's got his eyes open, then as soon as he starts moving, he just goes into freak super celebration mode or something. So it's pretty comical, but it's still, I just really preferred that aesthetic that you see there above his timer. So that said, we took a look at his stock attack damage, we took a look at his quest. Again, you capture Pain-Yatta in Chapter 8. His quest is located in Chapter 10, Secret Sewers of Supreme Stink. It's kind of a little bit hidden. You don't come across it, but I kind of outlined that for you, so that should help you out. And then now you know what he looks like evolved. You got to see his quest, which was pretty fun. It was taking the single to the Capybara King from the Gecko course, so kind of a flashback there. But main thing is the attack damage numbers increased, and they increased nicely. So if you're a big fan of Pain-Yatta's aesthetics, either get a second trap, evolve him and switch them out, or just, you know, don't do the quest. I guess you'd have to do the quest in order to actually, you know, get that final hat in the chapter, or one of the hats in the chapter. But I personally still, yet again, prefer his as delivered aesthetics. That's really the only downside to his evolution. But that should answer all your questions. Again, if you take that link at the top of the video description box, you will see the link to my site, oneofweezem.com, and also my site, SkylanderClub.com. That's just kind of the forum set up for everybody's benefit. Mainly because I had so much information, it got to be where I couldn't really manage it all on my site. So, Skylander Club Forum thread, you can go in there, you can see the same information with the attack damage, and hopefully that helps you out. Kind of outlines I include not just the attack 1 and attack 2, but I actually name them, and then I give you stock and evolve damage, and also helpful, I give you the element of the villain where you capture them and the quest chapter. So check it out. Hopefully that helps you out. And for myself and the rooster colored Pain-Yatta, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here next time.